Before we begin, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to our channel, and click the notification bell for more amazing videos. Bear becomes a legend after authorities discover what his last meal was. When authorities stumbled upon an unfortunate North American black bear that had met a grisly end in the woods, they weren't expecting to uncover a large conspiracy. After all, it was only pure coincidence and a few bad decisions that led the bear to a last meal unlike anything else in the animal kingdom. Why do so many tourists come to visit a taxidermied bear that's displayed at the Kentucky for Kentucky, KY for KY Fun Mall? The Lexington-based company's store owners employed some great detective work to find their bear, and Pablo is now KY for KY's official mascot. It's almost a miracle he's there at all. He didn't seem so remarkable at first. The bear was stuffed and given to the Chattahoochee River Nation Recreation Area in the 1980s after being discovered in the forest, dead. For years, he remained in the center's visitor center. When a wildfire threatened the rec area, the staff evacuated themselves and the center's valuables. Everything was safely stored in nearby Dalton, Tennessee. The bear and the rest of the goods sat in a storage unit for about a month until mysterious criminals stole the center's artifacts and sold them to a pawn shop in Nashville. Some of the relics were recovered, but not the black bear. When the bear arrived, the pawn shop owner quickly contacted country music star Waylon Jennings. Waylon was a major taxidermy collector and bought the bear to add to his other figures. The black bear's next owner was Ron Thompson, a trip planner for millionaires visiting Las Vegas. The stuffed bear sat in Ron's mansion until he died in 2009. His estate was auctioned by Nellis Auction House, and Zhu Tang, owner of the traditional Chinese medicine shop in Reno, bought the bear for $200. Zhu used the animal as a shop decoration until 2012. That's when Zhu also died. When he passed, his wife sold his business and decided to keep the black bear. She was always bringing home junk from auctions and estate sales and things like that, she said. The bear was one of his favorite things. He just loved it for some reason. At first, he wanted to keep it in our living room, but I wouldn't have it. It scared me. I made him take it to the store, Miss Tang said. The bear seemed like a regular taxidermied animal. Because a jagged scar running across the creature's stomach, Tang thought it was a botched taxidermy incision. It wasn't until she spoke with the KY for KY store owners, who checked lead after lead to track her down, that Tang learned the odd story behind the stuffed black bear. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation created the scar when they examined the same bear in the 1980s. For 2 months, a team from KY for KY followed the path of the black bear before reaching the end, Mrs. Tang. When they told her the statue's entire story, she almost didn't believe it. Eventually, she relented, and impressed by their tracking work, let KY for KY have the bear as long as they paid for shipping to Kentucky. The store decided to name the bear Pablo and decorated him with a variety of hats as well. Though Pablo the statue has an interesting journey, Pablo the live bear was also a Kentucky legend, a legend who died early like so many others. His demise was caused by a less than trustworthy man named Andrew Carter Thornton II. Andrew happened to die the same day as Pablo, but a few hours earlier. His body was discovered on September 11, 1985 in someone's driveway in Knoxville, Tennessee. Before his death, he was wearing an all-khaki outfit, black gloves, and a bulletproof vest. He was carrying a few guns, night goggles, code books, and thousands of dollars in cash. Later, police found a crashed Cessna 404 plane and realized Andrew was piloting it. It was no coincidence that Andrew was an Army paratrooper. He later became a lawyer and then a corrupt Lexington area narcotics officer before getting arrested in 1981. He was quickly released and resorted to smuggling drugs in Kentucky. Thornton joined the Company, a criminal outfit headed by brothers Jamil and Jimmy Chagra. When their group was indicted, they inadvertently exposed corruption in the DEA, Kentucky law enforcement, and governor's mansion. Andrew was working for the brothers when his smuggling mission went horribly awry. He was on a crash course with Pablo, the bear. In 1985, Andrew was flying hundreds of pounds of cocaine by plane when the engine failed and he panicked. Thornton pushed at least 40 pounds of the drug out of the plane. put the aircraft on autopilot, and rapidly strapped another 75 pounds of cocaine on himself. With the packages secure, Andrew jumped from the plane. But something went wrong. Investigators weren't sure if Andrew's parachute malfunctioned or he failed to open it in time. His friend said he often waited as long as possible before opening his parachute. Regardless, Andrew, his weapons, and the smashed cocaine packages were splattered across a Tennessee driveway. As this incident unfolded, another one was happening in the Chattahoochee National Forest, 50 miles away. The 75 pounds of cocaine that Andrew flung from the plane were discovered by a curious 175-pound black bear, later called Pablo Escobar. Pablo's name was inspired by the drug lord Pablo Escobar, and for good reason. An anonymous hunter found the bear's carcass surrounded by numerous ripped cocaine parcels. Its stomach was literally packed to the brim with cocaine, the bear's medical examiner said. There isn't a mammal on the planet that could survive that. Cerebral hemorrhaging, respiratory failure, hypothermia, renal failure, heart failure, stroke. You name it, that bear had it. Poor Pablo didn't know he was consuming pound upon pound of cocaine. Without interference, the bear kept eating the drug until he was literally filled with it. We don't think he felt much pain before his death, at least. But there are some unanswered questions about his coke binge. While a 175-pound bear is capable of eating plenty of cocaine, investigators believe he wasn't the only one who got into the drug. The hunter who found the bear told a few friends before the police could clear the site. They believe a few people may have taken a parcel for themselves. Though the animal is long gone, Pablo's legend lives on decades later. If you want to meet Pablo Escobar for yourself, take a road trip to Lexington, Kentucky. It's a good thing no curious hikers bumped into the drugged-up predator during his final hours. Please share this with your friends and family.